Keep it going for Todd, everyone, huh? That's me. Oh, man. Good enough. I was at the Burger King drive-thru the other day, and the lady said, "Is this for here to go?" I said, "All right, I'll be different. I'll take it to go." That drive-thru. All right, anyway, so I ordered a pretty simple thing. I was like, one Whopper with mayonnaise, one Whopper with mustard. I didn't think that was a big deal. She gets the order wrong. One burger has an M on the wrapper to differentiate between mustard and mayonnaise. So I opened it up and it had mayonnaise on it. And I was like, okay, mayonnaise gets an M. What's the other one have? It's got nothing on it, so I guess mustard doesn't get a letter. It also had mayonnaise. Not happy. But I didn't get angry, because you can't get angry at a Burger King employee. It's a waste of time. It's like getting mad at your dog for not shutting the back door behind him. I mean, you just can't expect that much. I'm not saying that Burger King employees are dumb. I'm just like, they don't care. Why would they? They get paid minimum wage, deal with the public all day. I don't blame them one bit. Like, if I worked there, I'd put cryptic messages on all the little wrappers. I'd write on your burger, like, "See you tonight. You smell great. Mr. Happy misses your face." You just shouldn't expect a lot out of Burger King. Like, you don't think like a big Broadway show is going to happen. Like, your food's going to come out with Joel Grey from Cabaret is like, "Welcome to Burger King, you're in for a treat. We've got 2 buns and flame broiled meat." That's unlikely. Oh, man. Yeah, so I got a phone call the other day, and it was a voice I had recognized from a female, which if I get a call from a female, I get excited. But she said, "Is Winston there?" And I was like, I was real disappointed, because I'm not Winston, I don't know any Winston. But I was like, well, I might as well ride this out and see where it goes. And I go, "Sure, I'm Winston." And she said, "Well, the test results came back, and it is your baby." Click! Wrong number. Made me feel good about life. There we go. Yeah, I don't get a lot of calls from girls. I don't have a girlfriend. It's one of those things where I wish I did. The last girl that broke up with me, she claimed that I couldn't make a decision. She was like, "You're so indecisive." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I mean, I don't think I am. Maybe I am. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I don't know. What do you guys think?" I'm just going to keep this out. This is ridiculous. Oh yeah, I do have a lot of ex-girlfriends. I noticed that because I've been running into a lot of my ex-girlfriends recently around the city. And it gets a little awkward because I have way too many former relationships. You can, if you ever needed to track me down, you could do so by tracking just where my ex-girlfriends is. I leave them everywhere I go. I'm like the Johnny Appleseed of ex-girlfriends. Like, oh, blonde, brunette, don't remember her name. And you would know that it was me because once the trees grew, when you picked a fruit off that, you'd go, that tastes like fear of commitment. And you would be correct. Oh, where are they gonna know? Oh, fruit. Yep. Next joke. This is a thought. If we elected horses to the city council, nothing would ever get passed. All right, let's take a vote. All opposed, say nay. Nays have it again. All right. I'd like to do an impression for you. This is an impression of a man with Tourette's who really wanted to be a school teacher. They wouldn't hire him because, he's cursing all the time with his Tourette's. So he figured out a way through therapy not to cure his Tourette's, but just to get it G-rated. So this is a teacher with G-rated Tourette's. Okay, class, what we're going to do today is a long division. We're going to take 365 kittens! We're going to divide that by 5. So first what you got to do is you're going to try and put the 5 in the first number, but it won't fit. So we'll get a 0 here, and so then you try and put the 5 in the second number. Then So then that'll go in, but how many times is it going? We don't know. So like, let's go, what's 5 times 5? That's 25. So that's not really enough. So then we might move on to wheelbarrows. And okay, 7, that's 35. So then you minus 1, and then you've got 1 left over. So 7 works, and then you put the 5 down with the 1, and that's 15. And then you've got kill chariots on a black and white world. And then so 15, that goes into there easily. That goes in 3 times. So what you have is 73, and Gerald Ford's for it. And then so the answer is obviously 73. So are there any questions? That's G-rated Tourette's teacher. I would never be a teacher, not because I have Tourette's, because I don't like children. I just don't. I'm sorry if you have kids. I'm sure your kid is great. I'm sure they're awesome, they're super special, and they're real smart, and super polite, and they're going to be president one day, and that applies to every one of your kids. But most kids suck. It's true, they're annoying, and they're kind of dumb, and they're always in the way. And I know this from experience. Recently I was on a 4-hour bus ride, and I'm sitting there. Right behind me are 2 little kids, somewhere under the age of 7, and their mom's in the seat next to them, and they're just driving me up the wall the whole way, just just making stupid noise, and they keep laughing at themselves because they think they're funny, but they're not funny. And they just over and over, and about an hour into the trip, they decide they want chocolate, and their mom's like, well, you're not getting any chocolate. So that made them real happy campers, and they just over and over, and I'm clawing my face off. So when the bus made a little pit stop 2 hours in, I came back on the bus with 5 big chocolate bars. And I peeled the wrapper off one and started to eat it real slowly. Chocolate, it's so good with your sugar. It tastes so, I love it. Oh, it's so great to be an adult and eat whatever I want. And I had 4 chocolate bars left over, and I turned around to the 2 kids who were looking at me like they were watching Avatar for the first time. I got 4 chocolate bars, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want these anymore. What am I going to do with them? Threw them in the trash. Take that, children. Tyrone. I'm on an airplane recently, and I discovered I really had one of those epiphanies about life, that I love being a comedian, but I'm not the most important job by far, and that's okay. If the apocalypse ever happened, the safety shelters are going to be full of doctors or scientists. The comedians, we're on standby. And I know this because on the airplane, the little announcement guy came on and said, attention passengers, could you please ring your call button if you're a doctor? We need a doctor. And I was like, oh man, this is crazy. Someone must need medical attention. Then it dawned on me that at no point in my life will I ever hear, attention passengers, could you ring your call button if you're a comedian? We need a comedian. Someone needs to laugh. All right, I want to end on this, as was stated earlier, if you missed it. This is a celebratory occasion for the birthday of a couple people, and one is my beloved roommate, John O'Toole. So I write down under my edit notes. The most applause I got was mentioning John's name. John, you're going to be my go-to joke. Won't work with strangers, but we're going to try. But this is for John. I actually came up with this. We're roommates. I came up with this in my room, and I tried it out on him before I did it on stage, and he laughed. So this is my last impression for you. And I've discovered that as a white man, I cannot do an impression of a black man. That's offensive. So what I'm going to do for you is an impression of a white guy who's so offensive that he's going to do an impression of a black guy. And he's going to do an impression of a black guy who's an aspiring stand-up comedian trying out new material at an open mic. One second. Oh, man. Man. These white dudes, man. Look at these white dudes, man. You know white dudes? White dudes always carrying pens, man. You see a white dude, he got a pen. Man, white people and pens, man. Man, white dudes always got pens, man. What they need all their pens for, man? Like they got pens, man. White dudes, man. White dudes and their pens, man. What they need them pens for? What if they gotta write? White dudes, man. Man, a white dude, like, you need a pen, you go to white dude, man. That white dude got pens. Go up to white dude, he'll be like, excuse me, sir, did you need a writing utensil? You can have this click. Yeah, man. White people. Pen. White dude. Thank you, that's my set.